Sa
Kasama
linya po ngayon
natin.
si Dr. Froilan Calilong, ang ating
Yan.
pong kaibigan na faculty po at professor diyan po sa UST Political Science and Graduate School para pag-usapan lang po natin, ha mga kapatid, ano po ang kanya pong pag-aanalisa sa mga nangyayaring hearing na ito. Magandang umaga po, Professor.
Yes, magandang umaga po, Manong Ted, at magandang umaga rin po, DJ Chacha. At good morning po sa lahat ng ating mga taga-subaybay.
Morning
Thank you for having me
po.
again.
Salamat sa panahon po and sorry for the late notice. Professor, kayo ho ba'y nanood kahapon ng hearing? So far po, in gist, ano po ang inyong analysis?
Well, basically kahapon yung hearing, no, we were able to have several resource persons, no, and several names were already floated. And yon kahapon doon sa admission, doon sa statement and affidavit ni doon dating aide, close-in aide ni Representative Saldico, binanggit niya exactly, no, kung saan yung mga lugar, kung saan niya idinideposito or idinadala yung mga basura na nasa maleta, no, worth around 48 million each, no, at the very least. And it was given in vivid detail, I would say, no, including the people na humaharap sa kanila kapag ibibigay nila yung itong mga allegedly itong mga basura nga na to, no. So basically medyo para sa akin maganda yung naging flow kahapon. And then of course the statements that were made by the former USEC of DPWH, USEC Bernardo, also pointed out several other personalities. No, these are high-ranking officials, most of them senators. No, Senator Chis Escudero was mentioned, and also Senator Nancy Binay as well as Senator Bong Revilla. Each of them getting around 15 to 20% commitment. No, and yung kay Senator Escudero nga is yung para sa kanyang campaign funding. And again, this is very much indicative, no, of what's going to happen in the coming days. No, I think more names will come out, more surprises will be given. Pero ang isa sa pinaka sa akin tumatak kahapon, ano, there was the mention of the name that cannot be mentioned, and that is of course former Speaker Martin Romualdez's name was already mentioned in this Senate inquiry, which I think is good, no, dahil nga I think all roads lead naman to him for this in this case, no. Pero in the previous incidents mo ng ating mga pagdinig, mukhang hindi siya nababanggit masyado, pero right now I think it's a good thing na nabanggit na yung kanyang pangalan.
Professor, ito po ay Senate hearing in aid of legislation, and all of these are words, no? And then some ledgers perhaps, or logbook. Opo, in the end, people are watching and they are expecting too much. And in fairness sa mga nababanggit pong pangalan, agad silang nagsabi na hindi yan totoo na mga bintang. Umaasa ang taong bayan dito eh. Opo. Ano po sa tingin ninyo ang kahinatnan nito? Eventually po, kapag nagsarado na po ang hearing na ito at ang mga tao po ay umaasa na may agad na mapaparusahan.
Yes, yun naman po yung ating talagang kagustuhan. No? And I think it's also wise that the Senate will do as what the House already did, no, when they already canceled their own investigation. Because you see, Manong Ted, ang dami na naman natin kasi mga batas, no? Kung if it is being done in need of legislation, we already have so many laws existing, Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, Anti-Plunder Act, no? So ang dami rin nating mga instrumentalities ng gobyerno na talagang nakatutok para talaga panagutin yung mga ganitong katiwalian, no? So I really don't feel it's necessary. It may result in unnecessary duplication or baka mag-result sa complexity nung gagawin din namang probe ng ICC, no? So I mean nung Independent Truth Commission na binuo ng ating Pangulo. So para sa akin, I think it's mas maganda kung tapusan na rin nila itong pagdinig na to, no. At nakikita ko rin kasi na may mga taki pa na nangyayari, no, may mga paglilihis, no, na nagaganap dito sa Senado, and it might paint a not so good picture or impression para dito sa ating mga kababayan, ano, as regards what will be the outcome of this investigation. So kasi tayo naman at the end of the day, we really want heads to roll. We really want to put people behind bars, no, especially those that are really the masterminds of this fiasco. Ito talaga yung gusto nating mangyari, no. Pero kung magkakaroon pa ng mga pagde-delay dahil sa mga complexities, mga motions and the like, baka mas maging matagal pa itong issue na to, no? So sa atin, the swiftest possible time that the independent commission will be giving out their recommendation, the better it will be for the general public.
Opo. Kayo po sa inyo pong pag-aaral, sa inyo pong mga pag-aanalisa sa mga una pang pangyayari, ito bang isyong ito ay huhupa rin? Meaning, sa bandang huli, kapag natigil na po itong investigasyon ng Kongreso, ng Senado, and then wala ho naman tayong access live sa hearing po nitong ICI, and eventually po, definitely, babaksak yan, either DOJ o dito sa Ombudsman, and matetenga na po ito. Huhupa kaya ito at tatanggapin na lang ng mga Pilipino na, okay, until the next scandal?
Yeah, no. I don't think, and I'm not seeing Manong Ted, no, with this kind of magnitude and with this kind of gravity nitong money that was stolen from the coffers of the country na any given point in time na magkakaroon tayo ng sabihin na nating paghupa ng ating involvement and engagement dito sa issue na to, no? And I think na ipakita naman natin ito nung nakaraang September 21 when we had various mass movements that were mobilized, no? And I think that was the very first time, I think in a long while, na nakakita tayo ng ganung kalaking crowd, no? Na talaga nagpapakita ng hindi pagsang-ayon o ng disgust, no, dito sa nangyayaring systemic corruption sa ating bansa. So I know right now that with the power of social media, there will be greater involvement. There will be more people that will always be in tune with this. And yun nga, no, habang nandito pa rin naman itong ating habagat season, nandito pa rin naman yung ating pag-uulan at mga bagyo na nararanasan, I think this issue will always be a painful reminder of the truth, no, na talagang meron mga pera na ninakaw at may mga proyekto na hindi na nagawa, hindi natupad, kaya tayo nagsasuffer right now. And this will be a cyclical thing, maaring kapag nawala na yung ating mga bagyo ngayon, eventually babalik din naman tayo dun sa gano'n na panahon, and mauungkat at mauungkat ito, no. So I think it's really imperative at this point in time that the president really makes this, no, a very important matter na talagang matuldukan, masolusyonan, and yung solusyon, no, na talagang hinihingi natin dito is yung full accountability ng lahat ng tao na involved dito. And when I say full accountability, they have to suffer the strictest penalties that is supposed to be imposed sa mga gantong uri ng kaso, at syempre maibalik yung mga pera na ninakaw.
Mukhang matagal pa po yan. Pero sa akin, Professor, isa lang, sa dami po ng mga pangalan na nabanggit kahapon, dun sa nangyaring hearing, meron po ba kayo napansin na red flag kung sakali man? Kung meron man po?
Well, para sa akin naman kasi, since these are sworn affidavits, no, except for the fact na yung kay Orly, binabanggit nung abogado yata nung law firm that hindi yata niya pirma yung notary, no? So hindi raw niya, kumaga pinapabulaanan niya na ito ay kanyang pinirmahan. Pero the mere fact that it was already said, no, it was already mentioned, and it was a testimony that was said in public, I think it already holds weight, no. And siguro lang may napansin lang din ako, no, nung banggit na yung issue about Malacanang, yung sa Aguado, no, biglang may pagkabig na nangyari, no, parang hindi masyadong na-amplify yung area na yon, na kung saan doon na sana pupunta yung testimonya.
Okay. Sige po. So, Professor, kasama niyo po kami na nagmamasid at manonood pa rin po. Kung sakasakali man na agad silang magbibigay po ng schedule ng panibagong hearing, perhaps to clarify yung complexity, kung meron man, nalilikhain noong pagsasabi ng abogado na hindi ako ang nagnotaryo dyan. Salamat na marami po sa inyo pong panahon, Professor, at mabuhay po.
Maraming pong salamat. Mabuhay po at magandang umaga.
Thank you. Kaya pong ating kaibigan na isa pong political analyst and faculty po ng UST Political Science and Graduate School, si Dr. Froilan Calilong. Mga kapatid, brothers and sisters, saan ka pa? Dito na tayo sa totoo. Dito na tayo sa True FM.
Mga kapatid, mag-subscribe and follow po kayo sa social media accounts ng True Network PH. Yan po kami. Hanapin nyo lang True Network PH, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and podcast. Mapa Apple or Spotify man yan, mahahanap nyo kami. Lahat ng mga napapanood at napapakinggan nyo po sa programa, nasa social media accounts namin yan. So, paano mga kapatid? See you sa social media!